Greetings everyone, this is Lodrik. This is the game War in the Pacific Admirals Edition, and today we will check the 7th January 1942 in the match against Jochen. Jochen is allied player and for me the Empire of Japan. The first days of this new year in the January of 42 was a little mixed. More maybe negative for me on a tactical level, on strategic. It was still a success simply because I took Singapore in a Swiss victory roughly 5 or 6 weeks earlier than historical. Also, all the American forces in the North Philippines are already bound together or forced together. There is not much left. I took Manila also without a fight, so all the industry is under Japanese control. And my carrier task forces near to northeast coast of Australia was at least partly successful in sinking enemy troop transport ships. This is now here ongoing, I think, for the upcoming months. UBI's American Mark 14 submarines trying to intercept my resource supply lines, but so far I think I lost not one cargo ship in the home waters of Japan. Only I think 2 patrol ships already sunk. So there's a sinking sound, so Jochen lost one more ship. And this is again a Japanese Mark 14 submarine against a cruiser mine layer. 4 torpedoes, no hit. And the next ship go down. So my airstrikes against Moresby, I think last turn had still some effect. Too many ships gets damaged. What I miss is really to knock out more of his cruiser formations. I mean, I sunk already 6 or 7 enemy cruisers and a bunch of destroyers, but I'm still not comfortable with this. I normally must hit a little harder to make sure that the seas of Australia are clean. Here is a lucky Mark 14. I think 20% hit chance only. Hit plus explosion. But luckily I'm here really next to a big port, so if these cargo ships can survive this one hex journey, then I think it's safe. I carry here, I think this is my supply line from Taiwan. There are still many resources in Taiwan I don't need them, so I ship them to mainland of Japan, the home islands. And this is again sweeping of mines of Singapore, but this needs 1 or 2 more days. I have not a high number of minesweepers so far there. Okay, the Catalinas are out again, scouting. Bad weather. Now it's me scouting and bombardment. And the losses are for Jochen only light. I still hope that I can slow him down. The side effect is normally that maybe my attacks also will burn more and more of his supplies. So slow down, burn Chinese supplies. Both in favor for Japan. Okay, so you can say a soft turn so far, but more sinking, but at least not my ship, luckily. So it looks like that my cargo ship maybe can survive this. And there's still British, I think there are Dutch submarines looking around my bases. Okay, and this is maybe the last long-range attack for my carrier fleet. I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Normally it's an attack of 7. A little strange. Because normally I give my dive bombers only the order to attack 6 hexes. Oh, why they are here? These are 7 hexes. Anyway, I bombard here the base of Moresby to cripple the base. And I can later check how fast Jochen can repair the damage, and then I can make a estimation how strong he is here. So I can sink one mine sweeper and I damage a little support, nothing really crazy. Yeah, you can see my dive bomb was only carrying now 60 kilogram bomb. I'm not sure why they have here, why they even take part of this attack. A little strange. Or maybe I miscalculate the cruise of my carrier division and I was out of range. And I thought I calculated that I'm 6 hexes away from Port Moresby at this time point. Yeah, can happen. Good, so this is no land war today. Yeah. Oh, the first coming. Okay, I was thinking that something is missing. So I still make some bombardment. Simply because I have the guns. The Chinese, they don't have the guns. But of course the Chinese have the favor that they have the better fort level, so it's maybe not the most efficient way, but I want to keep the enemy attack value low. Simply because sooner or later maybe Jochen will win the victory here in the east, and then I must face this new threat. So I can always snipe out a little slowly. The numbers are here not so important. For me it's only important that the squad. So I lost 2 disabled against 9 disabled plus 2 destroyed. So this is only important. Not this. This number is really only for fun. Okay, Jochen tried to break this Japanese defense line, and he have normally everything what he need. 4-star general, 3-star generals, base forces, everything. Even one good Chinese corps is here. The rest is only a bunch of hillbillies. But the Japanese, they can hold the line, and again. I'm only completely here out of supplies, and because I have no supplies, I cannot get the fatigue down. And the experience is of course much better. So also this information is often wrong, I would say, because the leader is good. The preparation is maybe not good. Fatigue is also not good, yeah, but experience and leader make no sense, especially if you compare to Chinese units. But anyway, I'm slowly losing here the ground, that for sure. But every day I can keep here the line, I have more time to reinforce my armies in the source. So 2 days more, or maybe 3 days more, is all I need. And then I have a better, let's say, advantage in China. So now it's really end of the turn. And only to check it, because I just saw it for a moment. I lose one more point for Manila and one more point here for this Vietnam stuff. Because in Vietnam I still have only 8 out of 10. Because still the last one is not coming back active. It's a little stupid. But yeah. Good, so let's first check, there was not so much activity, so air losses was light for both. Topsy, scout plane, other cargo plane, because I transport some supplies via airlift to my units on the ground. And one of the dive bombers make a kill by flag. Okay. And Jochen lost the I-16. Yeah, so not really a big loss. So I lost 3 pilots. Can happen. But no real big loss for me. So the battle here, my forces are, of course, they are running out of supplies, because every battle consumes a supply. So I fly some supplies in, and then they will be consumed here. The infantry regiment is out of assault value, but still in defense mode. So, but I lost all my fort. I had a fort level of 2. Now I'm kicked out of my fort, or my fort level is consumed. The engineers are still, these are pioneers, so they have still attack value. They maybe hold a little more the ground. The tanks are, this is only recon tanks, so these are only cavalry. Machine guns, they are completely, and this is a tank Latin, so they are only, they are maybe protected against rifle guns. Even heavy machine guns can, I think, penetrate their armor. But they are slowly going down. But slowly down means not down, so they still holding the line and stop blocking here. And I have here my HQ coming, I have additional forces here, more coming from the east supporting. I can bombard here. And I can ship from Japan reinforcements. The big question will be next turn, how fast or successful Jochen will be here with his forces. I can see that 4 faster units, maybe this is cavalry, they are faster than the rest. Here is also more 6 units moving in, and here's some stuff coming in. So Jochen have here around 100,000 guys. So, and I have here around 150,000 guys. But the terrain is in favor of the defender. So I will try to storm it, but I'm not so confident that I can take it now. I maybe need this here. These are 2000 more. And here is also the 4-star general. And even if this is not enough, I still have here more backup coming. 1500 again. So 3500 is still coming. So I can increase my firepower. The problem is only I must be done before this unit's arriving. But they're walking on a small road, so I would say they're needing at least 4 more days. And I will arrive here normally in 1, 2... Oh wait, say 1 day, 2 days. Will be. I can make 1 battle next turn, then I can rest 2 days, and then I will attack again. But I will make the second attack first after this units arrive. At least this reinforcements I will need, I think. The bigger problem is that my recons, because I bombard here the airport before, and I want to make sure that, because this is the number 1 airport here in the center of China. Here's also, I think this airport can use, this is level 3, this is level 1. So Queling is the airport, Changsha is the airport. And Zhongqing is the airport. Xi'an can be an airport, but the Chinese don't build it up, so no one take it up to now. So, and I have here now 63 fighters on the ground. My recon airplanes told me. So this means, Jochen tries something. He planned something with this massive fighter force. So I'm sure that he maybe try to cap me here. So then this means I cannot attack the airfield now. I don't have so much fighter force. He maybe also try to cover this unit and maybe also try to cover this hex. So he maybe make long range cap for this hex, and this hex. I mean, here is no long. This is normal cap. This is long range cap. This is long range cap. We will see. Anything else? Singapore is relaxing. My units need some time to recover. Most of the units are already recovered. There's not much left, but some are a little broken and need maybe 3-4 days rest. And because I don't clean the mines, I still have my carriers waiting here, slowly coming back. Here in Saucer, Philippines, I try to lure out Jochen's Catalinas with my carrier here, and I have here my zeros with 100% cap. So I normally want that they come out, but Jochen maybe stop the navy attack, or they don't want attack, I don't know, because I have here normally full detection. Yeah, a little stupid. Here in Palau Islands, the biggest handicap is still that my port is not level 4. I need this port level 4 that I can dock my heavy tankers. So this was a mist from before. If I shipped out the tankers now, I would normally know already they are submarines, and then this never happened. Okay, but anyway, this is past. The first carrier division is now out of range, so I'm here. Here is Rabaul. I only don't know why. I normally set always my dive bombers to a range of 6. So he overrides this. I give them normally the order maximum 6 range, but I also told them at the same time make a port attack if you don't find navy assets of, and this is a level of 7. Okay. So this is overwriting this value. I was always thinking that this value is the master and this is a slave. But looks like this is a slave and this is a master. Anyway, I lost here 1 airplane. Yeah, can happen. One of my dive bombers. So my carriers are now burned out. I will return to Rabaul. I have here some smaller damage. You can see. So I think maybe up to 1 week I need to fix all of this damage. And then I will be ready to departure again. There's still some cargoes here, but only 2 ships left. I also can see that here is no fighters more. I don't know, Jochen maybe call back his fighters and only bombers. Whatever this means. And anything else? Philippines is no change because I don't attack. Yeah, here was my cargo ship, was attacked. Let me check where it is. No, not this one. This one. Yeah. Here's my cargo ship. It's damaged, for sure. It's also a little burning. But I am already in Nagasaki. So I will now simply put this ship in port. Let the firefighters do their job. And then I put it in the shipyard and fix it. It's only this is a not non-critical cargo ship. It has 10 value for sure, but I have hundreds nearly of them. A good cargo ship, but nothing special. They're all of the same kind, so you can see this is a standard ship. It's only 12. The good thing is that it has a lot of capacity, but it's slow. It is also have a 12 centimeter gun and 8 centimeter anti-aircraft gun, so it's not bad. Yeah, and only maybe some people, they still don't understand this completely. This game is, let's say, a combination out of two games, because there are two groups of development guys, Navy guys and Air War. And because of this, or I think this is related to why, if you click a ship, maybe I use the other ship, I maybe can use my carrier. Only, by the way, the Suho arrived here some days ago, and I fitted out with some Zero fighters so that I can use this as a... I need this normally for my movement of my troop units everywhere around, because there's still too many Catalinas. I really hate this Catalina, so I use now this support carriers for fighter cover. So, but what I want to say is, if you check this, then you can see this overview of this ship. This overview of this ship tell you the type of device. So this is a 12.7 centimeter multi-use gun. Multi-use you can see because you can see the star. Star means always that it can attack both surface and air. So multi-use or dual purpose gun, because there are only two options: shoot in the air, shoot in the sea. So, and this is the range. Everything what is based on surface, every number here is a range, and this is important. It's range, and it's in yards, to 16,000 yards, so maybe 15 kilometer. 4,000 yards, 44,000 yards. Okay, yards. But if you check, I only to explain this, if you check an airplane, you have these numbers. This is miles per hour. This is not knots. So this is the difference already. Not more knots, this is miles per hour. This is altitude. And this is in feet. Everything here is feet. Okay, understand? And because this is feet, if you check now anti-aircraft weapons, you can see here, yeah, and I make it by selling, then you already see this. This is the anti-aircraft weapon because it will shoot in the air. And selling is also in feet and not in yards. So I only need to explain this again. So this is 12.7 centimeter multi-use. It's a dual purpose gun. It's a static. And then you can see, I think they are different. This is the B and the D edition. Yeah, they are smaller upgrades, but I think the game handles in the same. And then you can see that they have a selling of much higher. And if I go now down to the most famous Japanese not working anti-aircraft gun, here the 25mm gun, and then there are single, double, and triple guns. Then you can see they have a ceiling of 7,000 feet. So if you set your altitude of your Air Force, you don't care range, you must care ceiling. And then you must care these numbers. This is the numbers you want to avoid. This also means if I fly, because I fly with my Japanese Air Force always in 7,000 feet. And why this is the reason? Because with 7,000 feet, I can avoid all 20 millimeter and 1.1 millimeter guns. Because they're going up to 6,600. So every gun lower than this 1.1 cannot attack a level attack. Of course, the next question is, because I make a dive attack with my dive bombers, the anti-aircraft stuff can still hit me. If I make a torpedo attack, I come with 200 feet, then they still can hit me. But if I make a normal level attack, this anti-aircraft stuff cannot hit me. What I also would do is normally is at a certain time point, because the Allies are getting upgrade, I would normally say latest in June of 42, I will change my level attack from 7,000 to 10,000. Because if I fly in 10,000 feet, I can also avoid all the 40 millimeter Bofors guns. And after 10,000 there's a huge gap. After this you have the 3-inch guns. Then you must go already to 16,000. I always fly my recon airplanes in 22,000, simply to avoid also all of this other stuff here. Normally I must change it maybe to, the problem is where you want to go. If you want to avoid all of this heavy equipment stuff, I don't know, then you must maybe, this is crazy high numbers here. So the reason is why I go with recon is 22,000, normally 21,000 is enough. I want to avoid everything to 75 millimeter. And normally everything behind this or under this. Okay, but this is the reason why I go for 7,000. And why maybe the most of the Allies players go for 8,000, because then they can avoid the 25 millimeter guns. But only to explain this again. Good. And maybe some they always thinking the electronics, the airframes, they show sometimes that you can use electronics. But this is only the possibility to use electronics. For Japan, it's very hard to use electronics because normally all air radar is first coming in 44. Unluckily, you cannot separate this here in this menu by nation, so you can only see it by name. And here, this is a typical ground. This is a Tachi radar. And then you can see that in March 42 the first setups are coming. And then you get the upgrade in July and in October, and then the 1st of March again. And then it's more or less over. This is more or less the best radar they can get. Or the 7. They are all the same time. I don't know why this is 1st of March and this is 1st of March. But 1st of March, the Japanese, they get really... I think this is more or less nearly their peak radar technology. And for air radar, I think the most Japanese airplanes they're using maybe I'm available. This the H6 and N6 radar. So in June, this is the first, I think, and this is later the second one. But they are similar, only different airplanes use this. So this is normally where you can start with radar with the Japanese, and not before. And these numbers cannot change. There's no way to improve this. This makes, of course, not really sense because I can A&D engines, I can A&D airframes, but I cannot A&D electronics. It's missing. Unluckily, it's missing. And only to make sure this is this. Because if you go to Japanese airplanes, and then you go to the Betty Nell 3 can carry radar. but needs this H6 radar. And we just saw that the H6 radar is first coming end of 44. So air radar for Japan, nothing comes before June of 44. Yeah. So no way around this. And the first base installation radar, and this is I think much more important, is in March. So this is also why I have here in Tokyo a lot of this stuff here, this anti-aircraft stuff. You cannot see it now because it's not active, but in March, this sounds detector, they will get a plus, and this means they get an upgrade pass. Most of the sound detectors will get in March a possibility to upgrade. Once you have this, and I keep them normally here in Tokyo, because in Tokyo you have nearly unlimited supplies, and because of the HQ stuff and all of this, here they all give support. These units will get a very quickly upgrade. If you are more far away, it's more complicated. Here is supplies no issue, support no issue, anyway. And I must buy them out. All of these units are belonging to Central Army or weather, so I don't want to buy them now out. Now I buy out only divisions. But later on I can buy them out. They are not so expensive. But once they get this upgrade, they are used for me. Once they get the upgrade, I will ship them out to all this. Every base where is an airport, I will have this. And if there are big bases like Rabaul or Truk and must be frontline maybe like this, then I maybe put already 2 radars inside. So I'm not sure if it really helps, but I still think 2 radar sets, 2 possibilities to detect enemy airstrike. I mean, there are 2 radar sets. They're working independently. Good. Thank you all. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.